everybody, and welcome to the deck profile for the Gill and Friends and the Glass CIELing deck.
Yep.
Now, fortunately, it seems to have hit the ceiling when we played, but we'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, some unfortunate realization, like I didn't realize that there was not a single basic magic stone for her to gain swiftness.
Yeah, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That guy can't excuse that.
Yeah. Should also be pointed out, we only had one Winds of Salvation among us, so we had to replace it with Vanish,
We just couldn't find it. It was horrible.
It's been an odd week.
Yeah.
Typical Loretta and Friends setup.
Alright, friend. This is actually stronger than you would think, because this guy is insane.
You know, it'd be real insane if I drew one.
Oh, man.
I actually did not draw one.
Oh, is that why you dropped that Lorite? You were hoping to hit a 7 Disciples?
That and also I felt...
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, my whole hand was just full of cancel.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the Lorite wasn't going to help.
But yeah, general concept of the deck?
It's pretty fun. I do like the arrival of the hero because it's free.
Yeah, and you're always going to have her out when you play it.
And it's destroy target rested resonator, so someone could declare block and you know.
Yeah, that's an amazing part.
Pairing that up with Mike and Tama, certain like chump blockers are also killed. Like if someone needed to block with the Sacred Elf or Lorite, you can just Tama or seal it.
Yeah, that was the main thing behind those cats. Just get rid of all my leaves.
I did forget that a Mother's Love was an aura though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
No, you attached it one time.
Well, no, like on my own time, I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh.
I've always been interested in making a CL deck, but I made one without Mother's Love because I forgot it was an aura.
Yeah. Well, luckily, you have my terrible deck building skills.
Our powers combined, we are mediocre.
Yeah. Just thumbs up.
Yeah. I do wish to point out that this was made in like only a few hours, so.
Yeah, I kind of scrambled on it.
Yeah. Flying Cloud was definitely a good addition to create blockers and also, of course, getting CL.
My main thinking on it was that CL needs a way to be less blockable, and then I looked at this deck and I realized I only have 3 flyers and you really want to be able to block them.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
Let's see.
Miscalculation's always just a good white card.
Yep. And
cancel setup.
A very light cancel setup compared to most greens.
Yeah, but that's because you were flipping early.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to.
But yeah, one of the problems I also found is that besides A Mother's Love and Whirling Winds to draw a card, there was almost no way for me to like deliberately just activate and throw things in the graveyard on your turn.
Yeah,
because you weren't, removing target. You had a lot of barrier. Remove target attacking, which you didn't do until you were safe.
Yeah.
And prevent 800 damage.
That's just my personal playstyle. It would probably work better against certain other decks, but
yeah, it simply didn't work out that time.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna like tinker a bit more with her because she's fun to build for. In the future, maybe you'll all see. You'll see. You'll all see.
Maybe I'll find out where I put my CL deck.
Yeah, we'll find it and then we'll play a real match with CL.
Yeah, I've been looking for it for 3 days and yeah.
Unfortunate. But yeah, that's basically the deck. You got a basic green-white stones and the ethereal.
There is no basic green.
Yeah, no. Just because the chances of hitting it are so unbelievably low and you want white because you want this.
Yes.
But besides that.
Yep. Now on to the really fun deck. I like that.
This was super fun to play, and to be honest, like we said, a couple hours, a week. Like I put a lot of thought in this. It's running the standard Gill setup that's been going around. Gill release. He's got his awesome mill yourself again and again and get all your resonators or your Valentinas. And then on his other side.
Goodbye, Valentina.
Oh no. Oh no. But on his other side, he produces an extra green, which is really helpful for playing some of the higher will spells. And then you can put 2 remove cards down to get a chant, which I think oh no, it's only once per turn. Okay, I thought it was more than one time per turn.
And considering these 3 were very good at just throwaway.
Yeah, this is the amazing Gil setup. The Power Ranger setup is just like the best synergy for a Resonator type that I've seen in this game so far. You have Leaf Paladin, who when he enters can search for one of each color besides green. So, and these are the only I think these are the only elementals that don't have his same color, or that aren't green, but they all have inheritance for vanilla, so you don't really have to worry about your stones. You can just kind of use them whenever, which is part of the reason I included the Gruce Ballesta combo. But this one is free, so she fills up your graveyard really quick, and you can banish them to Gil to cast your spirit magics. But besides that, it is 4 cards of advantage. Like, that is just pure 4 cards from searching out from your deck. You're not going to draw them anymore, and then you have all these effects that you can just throw them away on. Or you can play them, which is really strong.
And of course, that also means that I feel at earliest, you would be able to get turn 4 Valentina fairly easy just with that alone.
Turn 3, actually. In my testing, I got, well, not testing, but in my theory crafting, you can get her turn 3 but you have to hit.
Oh, right,
but on Gil's Mill, you have to hit it for your first 2 turns.
Okay.
And then somehow get rid of 2 elementals, because then she costs 3 and you can play 3.
You might actually be able to get her to turn 2, because if you have a coin, discard and generate green, tap, get green.
Well, yeah, sort of. But you'd also
You see what I'm going for. Though.
Yeah, you'd have to get a decent number of white leaves as well as have a Sacred Elf. But besides that, the other cards, besides the Power Rangers, beautiful Power Rangers, I love them.
I will point out you do not need the Elemental Dragon thing. The 900 flyer that removes to get big.
That guy's terrible because Gil Lapis exists. Like it's actually just a worse version.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we also have Sacred Elf, just because a little bit of ramp is always nice. And in this deck, having that little extra green to drop a Sacred Elf and then play Gentle Breeze is really worth it, because just using your stone on a Gentle Breeze is sometimes eh. Then you have the Gruce Ballesta combo. As you can see with my beautiful stone base, everything different. In this deck, because the inheritance abilities are relatively strong and they can get me through the early game, I don't have to worry about hitting a basic stone or this beautiful star fragment. Just look at that. That's the best magic stone I've ever seen. And I totally didn't put it in there because I needed a 10th stone with a different name. Also, I put it in there because I never use it and I wanted to use my full art. Anyway, Gruce Ballesta is probably one of my favorite cards in the entire game, just because he had his abilities. He gets +1/+1 for each magic stone you control with a different name. So, in total, he can be whatever because they're all different, he's whatever my stone count is. Usually, when you play him, he's a 9/9, and if you play him on turn 3, but if you hold off until turn 5, he'll gain swiftness and precision on top of being an 11/11. He just is so strong for 3 lil. I think he's really underestimated.
And he has the stone cycling that he did in one of the games.
And admittedly, it does cut down on your total stone count at the end, but you really don't care because at 7 stones, why would you care about that? But you can banish your crap stones and get stones that actually do more effects. Like if you cycle into a Stone of Sorrow, or even if you cycle out a Killing Stone, that's still an advantage. Like you can gain 100 life, make your opponent lose 100 life.
And I don't believe that you lose life by bringing them out with his effect.
No, you don't, because they come out rested.
Okay.
The 300 life loss is only to get them non-rested.
Right. Okay.
Now I really wish that they were entered rested, but you could pay 300 life to have them enter recovered instead, because then he'd be just ridiculous.
He'd be a lot better. I also like him because, as far as I know, he's the only card that uses magic stones.
Currently, I mean, there's Baroost, but...
Oh yeah, his whole strategy is turn stones into critters, but you don't have that.
Yeah. But anyway,
Sorry.
no, don't apologize. It's fine. Yeah, his chant is it turns my things, but he himself is just godly strong. Then we have Gil Lapis, standard Gil card because he can't be cancelled, and he has flying and barrier, and he has 1,000,000, and he can remove elementals to generate will, and when he does that, he gets a +1/+1 counter. So yeah, he's a little bit good. Also, he puts mystery counters on your ruler, which I don't use, because relying on that is dumb. It's not good. His +1/+1 counter lets him get just ungodly huge. He can often survive final battles or make your opponent pay an enormous amount of life just to kill him. And even when you do that, you just play another one, or you finish the game anyway because he's super weakened.
And
And the barrier flying is ridiculous, and having Gil is ridiculous, and it's awesome, and it's beautiful.
Having immunity to cancel is also very useful.
Yeah, it's very strong. He's just really good in any sort of elemental deck, and because I run so many, he just gets huge and just eaten. I just picture, whenever I do it, I just picture him, grabbing the elemental and just kind of chowing down. That's the beautiful image I have. And then I have Valentina because this deck fills your graveyard. I was looking through and I was like, well, I'm gonna have a varied stone base because I'm running Gruus Ballista. So I could have a third color, and I decided on blue just so I could run Valentina and play my blue leaf. I could have run red and done some options there, but on the whole, Valentina just demolishes as far as value. Because you can usually play her for 2 or 3 by turn 3 and 4. And she brings back your Gruus Ballistas with swiftness, so you're good. And in case Gil Lapis somehow is destroyed, you can bring him back. Also, later on, you're just bringing back your leaves and gaining tons of life or burning the resonators, and it gets stupid. And then I run Lorite because I'm facing CL. Obviously. Then I'm running my personal cancel setup because I hate Favor's spell. Severing Winds and Vanish. Vanish because it's a spirit magic and I can make it cheaper, so it can be an effective two-wheel cancel. And if I'm on my J-Ruler side, 1-wheel cancel. And Severing Winds you have to have in this meta because you back up your own. Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't run Severing Winds in certain decks, but that's just because I'm stupid and crazy. Then I have Absolute Awareness, Spirit Magic. I get to search for my basic stones. Boom. It was a simple cheap fix to not getting black or blue sometimes. And then Spiritual Guidance, you need that card draw, and it costs 2 or even 1. That's that deck. It's really varied. Like I said, I had a lot of time to put into it, and I really like how it came out. But perhaps there's something I missed. And also, we need new CL lists. If one of you has just a bomb CL list, and no, I'm not going to use that one that the other channel did. Someone linked me that one. I just wouldn't feel right taking someone else's deck, taking a deck from another channel, that is. But if you guys have an idea, I would love to see it.
Yep.
Also, Star Fragment, it's for the win. You all know it. You love it. You know it's good.
It's beautiful.
Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye!